Hey y'all. Okay, so this video is for lesson 41 in your grammar book. This is the last grammar unit you are doing before the end of the school year, and it is probably the easiest grammar unit that you guys will have done this entire school year. A lot of the lessons are review of concepts that we have already talked about in other grammar lessons, or they're things that you have done in previous grades. So the first lesson is lesson 41. It's on page 111. This lesson is all about writing sentences correctly. So we've had this conversation before about types of sentences and how you punctuate sentences. So this lesson should be a review for you, but let's go over the 4 types of sentences together one more time. So you have declarative. Declarative sentences end in a period. And declarative sentences make a statement. They declare something. So you see 2 examples there in the picture. Then you have interrogative sentences, and interrogative sentences end in a question mark. Good. So interrogative sentences ask a question. You have 2 questions there in the picture. Then we have exclamatory, and exclamatory sentences end in a exclamation mark, and those make an exclamation. They're excited about something, so these should have emotion behind them. And then the last one is an imperative sentence, and that could end in an exclamation mark or in a period. And imperative sentences are commands or requests. So you see that second sentence there on the bottom where it says, read this amazing book. So that one actually ends in an exclamation mark because there is some excitement behind it. The book is amazing and this person wants you to read it. So take a look on page 111 in your grammar book, lesson 41. That gray box just reviews everything that we just talked about. One of the things that you also need to remember, and you guys are great at this, that every sentence begins with a capital letter. Okay, so for part 1, it says that you have to correct each capitalization or punctuation error. So there are 2 things that you are looking for in each sentence. And then you need to label the sentence declarative, interrogative, imperative, or exclamatory. If you want to abbreviate that, you can. You can use DEC for declarative, INT for interrogative, IMP for imperative, and EXC for exclamatory. I'm fine if you abbreviate. So for part 1, you're going to complete all of the questions 1 through 12. And then for part 2, you're going to select one sentence. So you can do either 13, 14, 15, or 16. It's up to you. And you're going to write a sentence about the leatherback turtle, but it needs to be the right sentence type. So it's up to you which one you choose, but you only have to do one. All right, let's look back at part 1. We're going to do one of these, maybe 2 of them together. So number 1 says, tell me all about leatherback turtles. So that sentence ends in a question mark. Is that sentence a question? It is not a question. Tell me all about leatherback turtles. That is a command or a request. You are asking somebody to do something. So which sentence type gives a command or makes a request? If you said imperative, you are correct. So you're going to write imperative on the blank. But now we need to fix that punctuation in that sentence because imperative sentences don't end in question marks. So you know that little like loop-de-loop, it looks like an E off to the side. You're going to do that over top of the question mark because that lets me know that you want to eliminate the question mark. And then you're going to write a period out next to it. All right, look at number 2. Leatherbacks range over an extremely wide area. This one does not have any punctuation, so what kind of punctuation mark should it have? If you said period, you are correct. That sentence should end in a period. So what kind of sentence is that? If you said declarative, you are correct. It is making a statement. It's giving you information. So number 2 is the declarative. Write declarative on the blank. Okay, so you are going to finish part 1. And then the one sentence from part 2, whichever one you pick is completely fine. You will get a daily grade for Lesson 41 tomorrow in class. We will go over these and check them together. If you have any questions, let me know. Just remember, complete all of part 1 and then the one question from part 2. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in class. Bye.